Hi guys, and welcome back to the Messy Bookshelf. I'm Jennifer, and today I'm going to be doing my July wrap-up. July was a pretty fantastic reading month for me. I finished 8 books this month. I didn't read all of them entirely in July, but since I finished them in July, they count. The first book that I read and finished in July was Rat Queens Volume 2, The Fear-Reaching Tentacles of Nigrath by Curtis J. Weber, Rock Upchurch, and Stefan Siek. I probably butchered your names so badly, and I completely apologize. I love this series. All of the main characters are just so fantastically written and drawn. It's just an amazing series, and anybody who loves strong female characters would love this series. I gave this 5 stars. Yeah. I gave this 5 stars. The next book that I finished was actually an audiobook, and that is Beautiful Redemption by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stohl. I've been reading this for a little while now. It's been taking me a while because it was just so long and drawn out, and it wasn't keeping attention. It was probably better than Beautiful Chaos, but only because Lena doesn't annoy the shit out of me, while Ethan, on the other hand, not my kind of main character. So I only gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I may continue on with the companion series Dangerous Creatures, but I wouldn't see that happening anytime in the near future. The next book that I finished was The Queen of the Terran by Erica Johansson. This book was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed this book, and I recommend this to everyone. I only gave this 4 stars because it is a bit of a slow read. I will admit that. It took me a while to get through, but I really did enjoy this, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with this series trilogy, I believe. The next book is an ebook that I received from NetGalley, and it is Your Voice Is All I Hear by Leigh Shire. I read this on the train while I was in Ontario on vacation, and my favorite book of the year so far. I will say that right now. It was so fantastic. I was on the train in tears because it was just so emotionally draining and just so well written, and it's definitely a must-read. 5 stars across the board. I would go get your hands on it when it comes out in September. I think it's September 23rd, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll leave a link to the Goodreads page down in the description box below. The next book I borrowed from work, and it is The Merciless by Daniel Vega. This book is kind of like Pretty Little Liars meets some freaky-ass horror movie. It was so gross at times and freaky, and the twists and turns were crazy. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was recommended to me by a coworker, and I thank her for that recommendation. I'm definitely going to be reading Survive the Night, also by Daniel Vega, very soon. The next book that I picked up was The Rosie Project by Graham Simpson, and I really enjoyed this book. It was very interesting. The main character, the narrator, was very intriguing to get inside of his head because he's a scientist who has some Asperger symptoms. He has OCD, stuff like that, and it's just interesting seeing how he views everything and these projects that he puts himself up for, and how Rosie changes him or helps him, I guess. I don't want to say changes him because that sounds kind of bad, but it was a really good read, and I definitely recommend this. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was also recommended to me by a coworker, and it is 359 by Gretchen McNeil. This is about a girl who ends up having a portal to another dimension in her bedroom mirror, and she gets stuck in the other dimension and she has to figure everything out. And there are these creatures, so it's kind of like Fringe meets Doctor Who type ordeal, and it's just really fun and an amazing ride of a journey. So many words to explain this book. It's just so exciting. And I gave it 5. Yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I definitely recommend this because I haven't really heard a whole lot about it. So when I asked my friend to pick me up a book, I figured when I saw it, I thought this was great because I hadn't heard about it before, so there's no hype or anything behind it, but I definitely suggest it. And the last book I finished was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I finally finished this. This is my 3rd time reading this book. I read it once before the final movie came out, and then I've been reading these with these beautiful new covers. I absolutely love these editions. I think they're so fantastically drawn, and I obviously gave this 5 out of 5 stars. So these are some of the books that I read this month. The other ones are borrowed, or I couldn't find them, probably lent out, or ebook versions, or audiobook. So I only have 4 books here, but it should be more like this. If I could imprint them here, that would be great, but I don't think it'll work. I don't have that kind of system. I'm just using basic iMovie. But it's been a great reading month. August has already been a great reading month so far with my booktube, with the booktubeathon. I'll leave a link to that video down below as well, so please check that out if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye!